So, ready? नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. The reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 16, verse number 20. It's a continuation of Parshuram's pastime, killing and more killing. So we read that the sons of Kartavirya Arjuna, they killed Gandharva sitting in his Yagashala and meditating. So Parshuram was furious. Kill all the Kshatriya bandhus, and that's what he did 21 times. So not everybody was killed, some also escaped. It's described in Mahabharata also. So then now he says that Pitu Kayena Sandhaya Shira Adaya Barhishi Sarva Devamayam Devam Atmanam Ayajan Makhaihi. So then he brought his father's head back from these sons of Kartavirya Arjuna, who has taken it with them after killing him, and he joined it, and then he performed a yagya for the pleasure of Vishnu. Sarva Devamayam Devam Atmanam Ayajanmaka. Who is Atma of everybody means who is Paramatma, or who is object of love. So he worshipped him. And Makhai is in plural, that means he performed many of them, not just one. And after doing this, because he has practically conquered everybody, and thus he owned the earth, but he was not interested in that. Usually kings, they fight to capture another king's kingdom, land, wealth, property, that's what they do. So that was not his intention. His intention was just to take revenge, or truly speaking, just to remove the unworthy kings, because they were not qualified to rule. So that's what he did. Just like King Vena was killed by the Brahmanas because he was not qualified to be the king. So similarly, he also did that. And then he donated everything. Otherwise he would have taken the kingdom and ruled over it. But that was not what he did. So this is now being described. Dadau prachin disham hotre brahmane dakshinam disham advaryave pratichim vai udgatre uttaram disham. So he gave the eastern direction to Hota. There are 4 priests, so to Hota he gave the eastern direction, and to Brahma he gave the southern direction, and to Advaryu he gave the western, and to Udgata he gave the north. So these are 4 Ritviks for the 4 Vedas, and he donated that. And then there were other priests. So he says, Annebhyo avantar disha kashyapaya cha madhyata Aryavartam upadrashtre sadasyebhyas tatah param. So he also gave the antardesha, means what you call in between directions, like northeast, southwest, etc. So he gave to the others, and to Kashyap Rishi he gave in the center. And Aryavartam Updrashtre, and Aryavrat he gave to Updrashta, Sadasya Ebhyas Tatah Param. So in this way he donated everything to different priests who were there, and he did not keep anything for himself. Tatascha avbhrita snana vidhutash ashesha kilbisha sarasvatyam brahmanadyam reje vyabhra iva anshuman. And then he took the bath, avbhit snana, after the yajna, and thus became free from all sins of killing. So then at the bank of Saraswati river, he shone like a sun, free from the cloud. Vyabhra means no cloud. Swadeham jamdagnistu labdhva sangyana lakshanam rishinam mandale swabhut saptamo rama pujita. And then what happens to Jamdagni? So Jamdagni also got something. It is not described that he woke up in the same physical body, but he also came to his consciousness. So he says, Swadeham Jamdagnistu labdhva sangyana lakshanam. So he got a body which was sangyan lakshan, means not this gross physical body, but some kind of body. And with that, he became one of the rishis, 7 sages. Rishinam mandale swabhut saptamo rama pujita. He became the 7th sage of Saptarishi, what they call as Ursa Major, being worshipped by Parshuram. So that's where he is. So Abhrita snanena vibhritam ashesham kilbisham yasmat sa iti sarasvatya eva niraghatvam gangaya eva jatam iti bhava. So now he explains that it is Saraswati who became free from the sin. That's what he says, that Abhrit snanena vibhritam ashesham kilvisham yasmat sa iti sarasvatya eva niraghatvam gangaya eva jatam iti bhava. Became pure just like Ganga. Tatascha Abhrit snana vidhut ashesha kilvisha sarasvatyam brahmanadyam reje vibhraivan suman. So Jamdagnyo api Bhagwan Rama Kamala Lochana Agami Niyantre Rajan Vartishyati Vaibrihat. So now he says that Parshuram also, he will become the sage in the next Manvantara.
How did the Saraswati turn into Ganga?
Not turn to Ganga, he says he became pure because they did yajna there. Although from the word it looks that he became, but he says here that Abrit snanena vivritam ashesham kilabirasam yasmat sa iti saraswatyaya niraghatvam. So although the word actually means that he became free from all sin, but he says that the meaning is that Saraswatyaya niraghatvam Gangaya jatam. That it is Saraswati which became sinless. That's what he says. Sangyanam smritis tadeva lakshanam yasya tadrisham deham labdha rishinam mandale. So Sangyanam, he says, means remembrance. So he says this is also some type of body. And he became Rishi as Kashyapo Atri Vasishtacha Vishwamitrot Gautamaha Jamdagnir Bharadwaja iti Saptarshaya Smrita iti Tatra Jamdagnir eva Saptam Rishi Rabhut. So Jamdagni is there and also Vishwamitra is there. And Vishwamitra is also his relative. And then Vasishta is his friend. Jamdagni, Vishwamitra, Vasishta, they are all together. And Parshuram will be in the next Manvantara. So he is already lined up. When his father retires, he will take over. So Brihat, the word Brihat in this sloka means Brahma, which means Veda, but here it means Veda Pravartakeshu Saptarshu Ektamo Bhavishyati. That he will become one of the 7 sages in the next Manvantara. So that is after how many? Like 43 Chaturyogi. Because this is 28th and it will change after 71st. So there are about 43 more cycles to pass. Till then, he is still doing here. Why? So, 1 minute. Just wait. I cannot hear. He has to increase the volume. Okay. Yes.
So these Saptrishis and the 7 stars like this Saptrishi Mandal in the sky, these are the planets of these Saptrishis.
Yes.
So they stay there like when some Saptrishi changes and the other one will come.
Yes. This is a post. Just like you have Prime Minister, after 5 years he changes. So now the question is, where is... Yes. What happened?
Video was rotated.
I was wondering how about this taking bath as a part of yajna and then becoming free from the sin of killing. So, and then you said that actually Saraswati.
That is what how he is explaining.
So then.
The commentator.
So then, how it works that he killed so many people and he made a mess of everything. He killed thousands and millions of people, and then by taking bath he becomes free of the reaction of his killing.
Yes.
So means that there is a lot of power of purification in them.
It's It's not the bath. This bath is taken after doing the yajna.
Okay.
That is the end ceremony.
Okay.
You have to do the yajna, and then final step is
Taking
when they do the yajna, there is a pot
Mm.
which is kept there with water, and the mantras are chanted there. With that water is given bath. Remember that story was Mandhata's father drank the water at night. They were doing yajna to get a son. Then he drank that water, so he became pregnant. Then Mandhata was born. So that's the sanctified water. So water has the ability to capture emotions. Emotions are watery. So water can capture emotion, and then you can give it to somebody. Then that person will become influenced by it. Right? That's how in Christianity also, how they do. When they give the diksha, they pour water. It's the same process. So where is he now? Since he has to wait that long, so that is being described. Says Aste Adyapi Mahendradav Nyast Danda Prashantadhi Upgiyaman Charitaha Siddha Gandharva Charanai. So he says that even now Parshuram, he is existing in Mahendra mountain, and Adav means also others nearby. So what is he doing there? Is he still into killing? He says no, Nyasta Danda. So he has given up his fighting spirit, his weapon. He is not fighting, and he is Prashantadhi. He is now very peaceful, composed. He is meditating. And therefore, Upgiya Man Charita Siddha Gandharva Charanai. Siddhas, Gandharvas, Charanas, they sing his praises, his glories, what all activities he has done. So, evam Bhrigushu Vishwatma Bhagwan Haririshwaraha Avtirya Parambharam Bhuvo Ahan Bahusho Nirpan. So he says that in this way, Bhagwan Hari Ishvara Vishwatma, who is the Atma of the universe, he appeared in Bhrigu dynasty. That's why he is called Bhargava. And he really removed the burden of earth by killing many kings. So here also the word Bahusho Nirpan is used, means many kings, not Sarvan Nirpan. So he did not kill all of them, but many of them. Probably mostly who were all related to Kartavirya Arjuna. Because if he lived for so long, he must have many relations. Many wives, many children he has. Children got married, they must have grandchildren. They are getting married. So you have so many other kings related to you. And when you have one person who is powerful, then everybody lives in his name. Right? Because they say that if we do something, we can get protection from him. So that's how it gets propagated. If there is one big criminal then many small criminals hang around that big one. And they just say, oh, I know him, I was with him. People are scared to do anything to these small ones. And people also make use of the name of some famous criminal to scare others. So this is how it breeds more criminality. So he removed all of them. That's the meaning. So now this is the story which ends here. Now he comes back to the other side, the story. If you remember, there was Gadhi, and Gadhi had a daughter Satyavati. Satyavati was begged by Richika, and then Richika made 2 laddus, one for Satyavati and one for Satyavati's mother. And they exchanged, and this whole problem came. So now what happened to the other side? So this is that by eating the laddu, the effect came to the grandson. So Jamdagni was born from Richik, and from Jamdagni came Parshuram. There were also other brothers. So now comes the story of Vishwamitra, who was born to Gadhi, king. So Gadhe Rabhun Mahatejaha Samidha iva Pavakaha Tapsa Kshatram Utsrijya Yolebhe Brahma Varchasam. So Gadhi got a son who was very powerful, Mahateja, very Tejasvi. And he was just like blazing fire, Samidha Pavaka. And by his tapasya, he gave up his Kshatriya quality and became a Brahmana. So he was a Rajarshi, but by his tapasya, he became Brahmana. So his story is with Vasishtha. Similar story as Kartavirya Arjuna, that he went to Vasishtha ashram once, and Vasishtha also had a cow, just like Jamdagni had. So he also received him and his associates, and then Vishwamitra was very pleased. But he saw that he has such a nice cow, this cow, I should have it. So he also asked that give this cow, and Vasishtha refused. So then he said, well, what will you do? I will give you more cows. So Vasishtha said, okay, if the cow goes with you, you can take. Because he didn't want to upset him. He said, if she can go with you, her name was Nandini, then you can take her. So Vishwamitra ordered to take the cow, and cow did not want to go. So they forcibly started carrying the cow. So then what cow did? She produced various types of soldiers, Yavanas, Malechas, Shakas, Khasas, various variety of soldiers came out from her. And they fought with the army of Vishwamitra and defeated. So when Vishwamitra got defeated, he thought that my power is useless. I have to become Brahmana. So therefore he gave up his kingdom, he made his son as the king, and he went away and started doing tapasya. So he did a lot of tapasya. First Brahma became pleased, he made him Rajarshi. So, no. Then he did more, then he became Kandarshi, then Devarshi, then Maharshi. So he did a lot of austerities and after a long time that he got the post of Brahmarshi. So in between there is a story of Menaka, because he did tapasya in many different places and he will get disturbed, he will leave that, go to another place. So Rambha also came to disturb him, then Menaka came and he started living with Menaka. And Menaka gave birth to Shakuntala, from whom came Bharat. So these are all his stories. Many stories in Mahabharata about Vishwamitra. So finally he became thus Brahmarshi. That is what is being described here. Lebhe Brahma Varchasam. Now there is another story which he wants to tell here. So he says, Vishwamitrasya Chaivasan Putra Eka Shatam Nirpa. So Vishwamitra had 101 sons. Because he lived for a long time, he was doing tapasya, he was also doing with his wife first, then he gave up his wife, he had children even when he was doing tapasya. Because sages were married most of the time. So Madhyamastu Madhu Chanda se evate. So out of 101 sons, the 51 was called Madhu Chanda. So he was the middle one. And it is because of him that his sons came to be known as Madhu Chanda. He was the pivot, 50 up, 50 down. So 50 were senior to Madhu Chanda, they were known as senior Madhu Chandas, and 50 were junior to him, they were known as junior Madhu Chandas, and he himself was known as Madhu Chanda. So this was a simplified version of giving names. Right? Madhu Chandas 1, Madhu Chandas 2, 3, like that. So, no complication. Otherwise people forget the names and say, what is this? You are my father, you forgot my name. So now he made sure that he won't forget the name. So there are the stories that story came about Harishchandra earlier, that Harishchandra did not have a son for a long time. So he worshipped Varuna. Then Varuna was pleased and appeared to him. So he asked, what do you want? So he said, I want son. So this is what happens. People's ideas are so limited that they cannot think beyond that. Doing tapasya to get a son. Varuna gave the boon, but what kind of boon he gave? It's a useless boon. He said, yes, you will have a son, but when you have a son, you have to sacrifice him for me. So is it a boon or is it a curse? So he should have refused it. Right? Harishchandra would have said, well, I don't want such a boon. But when you are so much hankering for something, you don't think what was said afterwards. You only concentrate on what you want. Since he was so much looking for a son, he says, yes, you will tathastu, but. So the but part he did not hear. I mean, he heard, but he did not bother about it at that time. It's like Chitraketu, right? He was also, that says Parvata, and give me a son. And he says, yes, you will have a son, but he will be Harashoka. So, Angira? Okay. Yeah. So, what is the meaning of getting a son who is called Harsha Shoka? Means in the first moment you will have Harsha, happiness, and then grief. So because he is so much looking for Harsha, Harsle, that he did not care what is coming after that. So mind is like that. It sees only what it wants. Selective. Hearing, selective seeing, and not what is problematic. So he took that, then he got a son. As soon as he got a son, Varuna came to him. He says, now you got the son, you offer him to me. So Harishchandra, he didn't want to do that. He says, what is the fun of having a son? I just had it and now I have to kill him. So he says, let him have teeth at least. What is this? So he said, okay, when he got teeth, then he came back again. Then he said, let him walk. Then he says, let him talk. So like that he kept on evading. But how long he could do? Varuna kept coming. I don't know whether Varuna was also so much eager to have him sacrificed. And if he didn't have anything else to do. So then finally what Vishwamitra did, that he sent his son to forest. He said, you run away. Next time he comes, I'll tell him, I don't know where he's gone. So then Varuna came, then he said, well, he's not here, he's gone somewhere. He's in quarantine. He's doing some distancing. So then Varuna made him sick. He got this disease of the stomach called dyspepsia. What is it called? When the stomach becomes big, full of water, because Varuna is the Jala Devata. So the father was suffering from that, because you cannot eat properly So then Rohit, the son's name was Rohit, he decided that better I come and let me be sacrificed. But what he did, that on the way he met this sage who had 3 sons. The number 1, middleman, and the younger. So this sage was very poor. So he says, why don't you sell one of your sons to me? And I am a prince and I will give you a lot of wealth. You will still have 2 sons. And you will have money so that you can do your yajna, etc., whatever you want to do, and live comfortably. What is the advantage of having 3 sons? You are not able to feed them properly. So you give one to me and he will be sacrificed. And then you can live happily and feed your 2 other sons nicely. So the father said, yes, I can give, but not the eldest one, because I like him very much. And the mother said, I will not give the younger one because he is very dear to me. So the middleman always get crushed. Right? So the middleman was Sunashepa. So they gave it to him. So Sunasepa was now in big trouble because he knows that he will be killed. So somehow it is not mentioned, but they were related to Vishwamitra. Because Vishwamitra, although is a Kshatriya, but his sister was married to the sage. So he was from that Bhrigu dynasty. Maybe one of the brother of Jamdagni. He was like, Vishwamitra was like a maternal uncle to him. So his father must have been like uncle of Jamdagni, maybe Richik's brother, something like that. So when Rohita was taking him, then he saw Vishwamitra. Then he prayed to him that please save my life. I'm in trouble. So Vishwamitra was already by this time sage. So he said that I give you 2 mantras and you recite these mantras and your life will be saved. So there are different stories. One story is that he got him released. But the thing is that how he got him released is that he told him to recite these mantras, and when the yajna was being done and he was brought there and he was tied to the pole, the post like an animal to be sacrificed. So at that time he recited this mantra for Indra. And Indra was very pleased with that. So Indra came and he asked, what do you want? So he says, spare my life. So then he says, okay, your life is spared and this yajna will be considered as complete. So that's how Vishwamitra protected this Shunashepa. So that's what is being described here. So putram kritva Shunashepam devratam cha bhargavam ajigarta sutana hai jeshtha esha prakalpitam. So here it is said that because Vishwamitra protected him, so this Shunashepa said that Vishwamitra said, okay, now your life is spared, you can go back home. So he says, no, I don't want to go. They already sold me. So what is the point of going there now? So you are my father. Because father is not only one who gives birth, but one who also protects. So you have protected my life, therefore I accept you as my father. So that is what is being said here, that putram kritva Shunashepam devratam cha bhargavam, that he accepted him as son. And he is called here as Devarata because he was spared by the Devas. So just like Parikshit is called Vishnu Rata because he was protected by Krishna. So he is called Deva because Devas gave him protection. And he is called Bhargavam because he also comes in the Bhrigu dynasty. That's why he was also related to Vishwamitra. And Ajigartam is called Ajigarta because his father's name was Ajigarta. So then Vishwamitra, he told his sons that you accept him as the eldest of you all. So you are 101, he is 102, but on the other side of Madhuchandas. Right? Not the lower side, but the higher side. So he said, Jeshtha esha prakalpitam, that you accept him as the Jeshtha, the eldest of you all. So now here we read commentary. Prasangiki katham samapya prastutamah gadhariti. So originally the talk actually was going off the Moon dynasty. This Jamdagni, Richik, Parshuram, this was a deviation. The description was not here of their family, but it is of Pururava's dynasty, coming from moon. So he comes, therefore he says, this was prasangiki, this was incident, now he comes to the main story. So ek shatam ekadhikam shatam cha tatha shruti tatha cha shruti. Eka shatam means one more than 100, that is 101. There is also a Vedic statement like this, tasya Vishwamitrasya ek shatam putra asu, that Vishwamitra had 101 sons. Panchashadeva jayanso madhuchandasah panchashata kaniyansa iti. And there also it is said that 50 were senior to Madhuchanda and 50 were junior. Iti te sarve linga samvaya nyayena pranabhrit upadadhati iti vat madhuchandasa eva uchyate. So by this linga samvaya nyaya, they were all known as Madhuchandas. इष्टकाचयने यागे प्राणभृत प्रसिद्ध मंत्रेण संस्कृता एका एव इष्टिका प्राणभृत उच्यते तत्र पुनस्तत्प्राधान्येन अन्यापि इष्टिका यथा प्राणभृत उच्यन्ते तथैव. So this is the Linga Samvaya Nyaya. It is from the Purmimansa, that there is some specific yagya and you choose the bricks, and then one of the brick is sanctified with the Pranabhit mantra. So then that brick is called Pranabhrit, and because of that other bricks are also called Pranabhrit, because that is the chief one. So similarly here they were all called Madhuchandas. Sacha Vishwamitra Bhargavam Bhriguvansodbhavam Ajigartha Sutam Sunashepam Kripya eva Putram Kritva Sutan Aurasan Pratyaha Jeshthaiti. So then Vishwamitra, he told his sons that you accept him as the senior of you, because I have accepted him as my son. He is born in Bhrigu dynasty, son of Ajigartha. So Yovai Harishchandra Makhe Vikritah Purusha Pashu Stutva Devan Prajeshadin Muche Pasha Bandhanat. So who is this Ajigartha? Ajigartha or Sunashepa, that is being described here in this verse, that he is the one who was purchased for the yagya of Harishchandra, and he was to be sacrificed like an animal. But by praying to the Devas and Prajeshadin, he was released from the bondage. So Nanu Sunasepa eva kas tatra hai saiti. Who is this Sunasepa? Harishchandrasya makhe putra medhe kartavye putrena rohitena eva ya पुरुष पशु रानीतः कनिष्ठ ज्येष्ठ और स्नेहवद भंग्या पितृभ्याम सुनसेप नाम मध्यम पुत्रो विक्रीतः स प्रजेशादीन देवान स्तुत्वा पशुपाश बंधनात् मुमुचे मुक्त. So that is being described, which I explained, that he was purchased by son of Harishchandra Rohita for sacrificing in the Putra Medha Yagya. And because the parents of Kanishta, this Sunashepa, they liked Kanishta and Jeshta, the youngest and the eldest. Father liked the eldest, mother liked the youngest. Mother likes younger ones, right? More attached to the young one. So therefore it is the middle guy who was in trouble. So it is this one, and he was released because of praying to the Devas. So Yorato Deva Yajane Devair Gadhishu Tapasa Devarata iti Khyata Shunape Sepa Sabhargava. So he was protected by the Devas, or given protection by the Devas in the Deva Yajan or this yagya which was to be performed for Varuna. Therefore he became known as Devarata. He is now giving the meaning why is he called Devarata. So because he got protected. Devarata iti khyata. And Shunashepaha was his name, and he was in Bhrigu dynasty, therefore he was Bhargava. And ye madhu chandaso jyeshtha kushlam meni rena tat ashapattan muni kruddho mlecha bhavata durjana. So the senior Madhuchandas, they did not like this idea of accepting him as their elder brother. So when they refused, then the father became angry, Vishwamitra, and he cursed them that you are no more my sons. Right? And you become Mlecha. So there is a story like this about Advaitacharya also. You know that? Advaitacharya had his son Achyuta who accepted Mahaprabhu, and there were other sons they did not accept. They said, only our father is God. This Chaitanya. No. So Advaitacharya kicked them away. स्वातो भार्गवोपि पंचशता कनिष्ठै विश्वामित्र कृपा पात्री भवन गाधीषु गाधेर्वंशेषु देवरात इति ख्यातस्तपसो अभूत. So this Bhargava, this Shunashepa, he got the grace of Vishwamitra and he was accepted by the younger ones, and therefore he became Devarata. And the other 50 were kicked out. ये ज्येष्ठा पंचाशत तान सुनसेपस्य ज्येष्ठत्वं कुशलम भद्रम नमिनेरे. So the senior ones, they did not accept him. So they were disowned by Vishwamitra. He says, you are not my sons anymore. Pack your bags and leave. So I will have only 52 instead of 102. सहोवाच मधुछंदा सार्धम पंचशता ततः यत्र यन्नो भवान् संजानीते तस्मिन् तिष्ठा महे वयम्. So the younger ones, they had no objection. They said, whatever you say, we agree to that, we will follow your instructions. So Panchsata Kanishthai Sakam se Madhyamo Madhuchanda has Spashtam Uvaj. So the lower 50 ones and Madhuchanda, they told him, no asmakam pita bhavan, you are our father, yad jyeshthatvam kanishtatvam va sanjanite manyate tasmin. Whomever you appoint as senior, junior, we have no problem. We don't want to become Malechas. So they had no problem. Jyeshtham mantra drisham chakrus tvamanvacho vayam smahi Vishwamitra sutanaha virvanto bhavishyatha yemanam me anugrinanto virvantam karma akartat mam. So then Vishwamitra blessed them. He says that you have accepted me, you follow him, he is the senior, and you will have Virvanta, you will have children and continue the dynasty. Tatascha Shunasepa Jyeshtham Chakru. So Shunasepa was taken as senior, Mantra Drisham, and also the knower of the mantra. And this is the mantra Kashanunam Katmasya Amritanam Ityadi Mantranam Drashtara. Tada aha vayam sarve tvam anuvanchah anugantara. We all will follow you and we are junior to you. Iti uchu. They all said like this. So ततः प्रसन्नो विश्वामित्रस्तान् सुतान् उवाच वीरवन्तः पुत्रवन्तो भविष्यति. So Vishwamitra blessed them that you will have sons. Ye yuyam me manam pujyatvam anu madagyanantram grihnante. Because you have accepted my word, you honored my instruction, therefore I am happy. Angi kurvanta santa mam virvantam akarta kritvanta. Therefore you are truly made me the father. I am worthy of being called as father because of you, not because of those 50 whom I threw away. So this is what it says. Anyatha yasmasu api machapat mlichi bhuteshu apatrakaiva abhavishyami. If you have not followed me, I would have also made you malechas, and then you will have no children further.
Babaji, I just want to know, Malecha is a caste which is very low, or Malecha is a caste which is very low, or
You don't know
this
this?
is Malecha Bhasha also, so I'm confused.
Malecha means outside Varnashram. So Jati Bhrasht. This was one of the punishment in the olden days. If you are in the village, you do something wrong, then call a panchayat. Then one of the punishment was that throw him out of the caste. So now you don't belong to their caste, so nobody will eat with you, nobody will have any marriage relationship with you. So that means now your dynasty cannot continue. That's why it says you would have also become a putraka. Because even if now they go and marry and have children, they would not be accepted as Kshatriyas. Actually, these are Brahmanas now, because this is after he became a Brahmana. So the sons which he had after he became Brahmarshi became Brahmanas. The sons which he had before he became Brahmarshi, like Shakuntala, daughter born from Menaka, they are Kshatriyas. So Vishwamitra had two dynasties, Kshatriya as well as Brahmana. Because he was a Kshatriya, he became Brahmana, and he had children in both positions. So these are the... So therefore there are Kaushikas, Brahmanas, and there are also Kaushikas, Kshatriyas. Because he is... Remember when Rishika went to Gadhi and said, I want your daughter, he says, what you are saying? We are Kaushikas. Get 1,000 horses with one black hair. So this is the same Kaushika dynasty. So in Kaushika there are Brahmanas also Kaushik, and there are also Kshatriya. And then you have the Mlechas, so there are also Kaushikas there. So Eshava Kushika Viro Devarata Stamanvita Anya Chashtak Harita Jaya Kritu Madade. So he says these are the Kushikas and Vira Devrata Tamanvita. So Devrata, the heroic, was with them, and he says that Vishwamitra also had some other sons whose names are mentioned here as Ashtaka, Harita, Jaya, Kratumat. So evam Kaushik Gotram tu Vishwamitra hi prithak vidham pravrantam apannam tadhi chaiva prakalpitam. So in this way the Kaushik Gotra continued by Vishwamitra, and now this person Srunashepa, although he came from a different family, he came from the Bhargavas, but he became a Kaushika now, and he started a Pravara. So there is a Rishi and then there is a Pravara. They are called Gotra Pravara. So previously when you have to do some yajna etc., then you have to recite your name, your Gotra, your Pravara, your Rishi, your Shakha, Veda Shakha. So these were compulsory. Otherwise you cannot participate. So therefore it was not, you could not imitate or fool. You have to know all this. So upsangharati evamiti. So now he concludes eke shaptaha. So one sat was cursed, eke anugrahata. One sat was blessed. Anyastu putrattvena grihita iti evam kaushika gotram vishwamitraha. Vishwamitrena hetuna prithagvidam nana prakaram jatam. So in this way this Kaushik Gotra, it became of different varieties. Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishya, Shudra, all. Tacha pravarantaram apannam hi yasmadevam devarat jeshtatvena tad devarat pravaram prakalpitam. And Devarat became a pravara rishi. So he also started among the Kaushikas. We'll stop here. This is the end of this chapter. If there is any question, yes.
I wonder what would have happened if Satyavati had not exchanged these two ladus. Because it's, as far as I have understood, she and her co-wife who had these ladus, they were
The mother.
both, yeah. So it was mother and sister. So
Mother and daughter.
So this means that there was no mix up in the jati or something like that.
Yeah, if they don't exchange, there would have been no problem.
Why isn't it that the mother and the daughter are of the same jati?
Yes, that is interesting. So, jati is according to the husband. If a girl is born to particular parents and she has the name or family name from them, but when she gets married, then she changes that, because then she accepts the jati of the husband. So Satyavati is a Kshatriya in Chandravansha, but then she married Richika Rishi, who is a Bhargava, Brahmana. So then she changed to that.
And her mother was not married to Richika.
No, her mother, how can? What do you mean? You mean mother and daughter both are married to the same person or what?
Maybe.
No, they were not that advanced yet.
They lived for thousands of years, 20 years of difference.
No,
Okay.
it's not that.
Because he wanted to give a child to her mother also.
No, you forgot the story. The mother is a Kshatriya and they did not have a son. They only had one daughter, who was Satyavati. Okay, Gadhi is a king and Gadhi has one daughter. Okay, but no son. So later on, the daughter gets married to a sage who is powerful enough to bless. So she said that you have one son from your husband and ask him to please bless me also, so that I also have a son, otherwise we don't have a dynasty continuing. So she said, okay, I am making 2 laddus.
Okay.
So he obviously put the Kshatriya power in one and Brahmana power in one, but then they got exchanged.
Okay, now I understand. So Richika wanted to bless them so that they can continue their Kshatriya lineage.
Yes.
And he wanted also to have a proper successor who has
For
the
himself.
Brahmana.
Yeah.
Alright. And could you maybe briefly explain what is the function of the 7 rishis? You mentioned that it's opposed and...
So every Manvantar has, just like you have a government, like your state government. So what is the function of the ministers? You have education minister, home minister, army, right? Defense. So what is their function? To maintain those particular departments. So the sages have the function of protecting knowledge, Vedas. So that's their function.
just wondering what is the reaction of Varuna?
Varuna, what is the reaction? He was fine.
No, because basically he didn't get the sun.
Yeah, but he got satisfied. That's why the Indra came.
Okay.
And Indra is the chief of Devas, and he said, I will release you and the sacrifice will be completed without sacrificing you.
Okay.
Means whatever he was supposed to benefit from that, he got it.
What is the function of a pravara? This pravara that you're mentioning, this class of rishi?
Function is that it's like you have one famous sage, but it is not that only one is famous and afterwards there are no more famous people. So then others come, and then within that one, then you have, there may be one rishi, like there are 7 rishis, but then there can be many pravaras in that, belonging to different lineage. Like one father has 2 sons, then 2 sons have 4 sons, get diversified. So pravara refers, becomes more specific. So people may have one common rishi, but they may have different pravaras. Yes, you can give the mic back.
I just was curious about why the 50 elder son, they didn't want to accept Sunasiva.
Just like if some junior person comes and I say, okay, Kamala, you have to work under this devotee. Then Kamala freaks out. Says, wow, no way, what is this? How can you do this to me?
Regarding Charu prepared by the Richik Muni and exchanged by his wife, and their result resulted in different way. So I think there must be some intention of also regarding power infused in the Charu by Richik Muni. Otherwise, it should be affected to both Vishwamitra and Parshuram.
I don't know what is your question. Anybody understands what is he saying?
मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि
हिंदी में बोल.
चरु तैयार किए गए ऋषि मुनि के द्वारा और उनको उस चरु को एक्सचेंज कर दी उनकी पत्नी.
तो दोनों अलग अलग चरु थे ना. They both were different. One was with Brahmana power and one was with Kshatriya power. So now Brahmana power was supposed to be taken by Satyavati, so that she will have a Brahmana boy. And the mother was supposed to take the Kshatriya one, so that she will have a Kshatriya son. But it got exchanged. So therefore Vishwamitra became Brahmana and Parshuram became more like a Kshatriya.
तो इसका मतलब ये है कि उनका इंटेंशन ये था कि इस तरह का पुत्र हो उनके सास के मदर इन लॉ के द्वारा.
किस तरह का?
ऋषिक मुनि के का कुछ इंटेंशन होगा उनको.
क्या इंटेंशन होगा? साफ बोलो ना यार. कुछ का क्या मतलब होता है? तुम बोलते क्यों नहीं का क्या इंटेंशन है? व्हाट डू यू मीन कुछ?
जैसे एक दूसरे को सताने वाले हुए, जिस तरह कैरेक्टर ये परशुराम जी की.
सताने वाले क्यों होते? अरे क्षत्रिय का काम लड़ना होता है नहीं होता है? मतलब उसमें क्षत्रिय क्वालिटी होंगी. क्षत्रिय क्या करता है? युद्ध करता नहीं करता है?
करते हैं.
तो सताने के लिए थोड़ी करता है. परशुराम ने क्या सताने के लिए मारा? हो तो उनको मारने आए तो लड़ने जाएगा नहीं. ये तो क्षत्रिय करते हैं. पांडवों ने क्या युद्ध किया कौरवों के साथ? नहीं तो चुपचाप जंगल में घूमते रहते ब्राह्मण होते. तो इसमें सताने की इंटेंशन कहाँ से आ गई? क्षत्रिय का क्या धर्म होता है? अधर्म के विरुद्ध लड़ाई करना।
Yes.
तो परशुराम ने किया वो, तो इसमें सताना कहाँ से आ गया? ओके